Hi, everyone. We're out here at the river. The umbrella is back in business as spring rains have begun. Light, kind of relaxing. Just these wonderful, wonderful rains. Something that I really enjoy. And it's nice to have the umbrella out again. You know? I hope you're doing excellent today. It really is a beautiful day here. So hopefully it's a beautiful day where you are. And if it's not a beautiful day, I hope that your day becomes beautiful in one way or another. Oh, we have our river, we have our morning, we have our coffee. Sometimes, what more can you ask for? A quick visual descriptor. I have long brown hair, glasses, a black coat and hood, a blue overcoat, coffee mug in hand, my umbrella at the ready. Behind us, we have the river. The skies are a bit gray, and the water is overflowing. We have little drip drops of rain, but we still have birds singing. They clearly have something good to sing about. Whatever that might be, it's for them to know. But I do like hearing that bird song. And I do like hearing that rushing river. Even the little drip drops of rain, each little drop, each little falling bit. It's wonderful. Now, I'm coming to you all right now through Restream, a wonderful software. So, hi to everyone on uh, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and welcome. And of course, our hearts go out to the good people of Restream. Their main office is in Ukraine. Hopefully, they are all safe and all well, and we wish them the best. I hope you have your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be, whatever makes your day wonderful. You know, a beverage of some sort is required in the morning. Maybe not required, but it's definitely a good thing to have. Maybe have some water before you have your coffee, though. Set the umbrella down for now. It's all wrapped up. I like that we can start to see the little bits of green starting to come. You know, it's a little early for much of it, so a lot of the trees are still barren, but things are coming back. Things are coming back into bloom. It's absolutely wonderful. Improving our art, improving your craft. You know, it's a subject that I talk about a lot in a lot of different ways, whether it's tips for how to improve specific portions of your work, or whether it's concepts to help streamline and manage your work. But there's a few things about improving your art which sometimes can pose a slight barrier to us. One thing is having access to the right equipment. Depending on your kind of art, depending on your craft, your skill set, and what you're aiming to do, having access to the right equipment could be as simple as having access to pencils and paper if you want to draw, or even just write. You know, draw or write. As long as you have pencils and paper, you have access to the right equipment, don't you? But perhaps you're looking at doing something that requires a little more than that. Maybe you're looking at being a live streamer. Like, This is a live stream here, and what do we need to live stream? Well, in this case, the access to the right equipment for these live streams that I do is having a device by which to stream, and a device which was also going to capture my my video, and then a tripod. That's really simple. And of course, things like microphones, lights, all of that's important. But depending again on what you're doing, the right equipment for your craft, it can sometimes become preponderous. Um, just this overwhelming amount of stuff that you need. There's kind of this false belief out there that at least I've spoken it myself and I've heard others say it's like, I don't have what I need to do what I want. And the reason this is a false belief or a false imposing of thoughts upon ourselves is because a lot of what you can use to start, you can get without having to perhaps invest thousands and thousands of dollars. As you get better and better as you progress, you're going to get more things. But if you want to be a photographer, uh, you'll be looking maybe online at a lot of different cameras and doing your research, and maybe people are saying you need these cameras and these lenses and these lights and these things, and you'll look at it and go, I can't afford all of that. How do I get it? I don't have the money to buy these cameras, these lights, these stands, these backgrounds. Well, that might be true right now. But what you do have access to, or can have access to, are things like more budget friendly cameras. Or if you have a smartphone, there's a camera on there. Now, a lot of people may, and I'm not saying a lot of people is in a large number, but there are going to be people who will say, well, that's not real photography. But all that is gatekeeping, is making it harder for someone who wants to enter the field to think they can start. And yes, of course, we have some great comments right now on Twitch. And here's one. Some people think you need the best tech to even begin. It's so true, but you don't. You just need access to the right equipment. So if you want to live stream, you want to do it from your home, and you have, a basic laptop, um, and a stick webcam, is your video going to look great? No. Is your audio going to be great? No. Is your stream going to be the best thing? Well, I'm going to be fair. No. But you can start. You can start right there. And today I am doing this live stream entirely through a smartphone. I'm using a browser application for Restream. I've set up my accounts everywhere I need them. So I'm able to stream, live stream right now with nothing more than a smartphone and a tripod. Now, in this day and age, most people, or a large number of people, have smartphones. So if you have one in your pocket, in your hand right now watching this, you're already set up. It's wild. You have access to the right equipment to begin. And about a year ago, when I started doing these streams by the river, I actually didn't have a tripod out here with me. I would lean my phone up against my bag, and that's how I did it. I would go ahead, I would lean my phone up against my bag, and that's how I did it. It's how it goes. It's fine. Good morning, everyone over on Twitch. We have so many people over there right now. It's wonderful. Now, when it comes down to the access to the right equipment, I'm going to, of course, encourage you all to consider things, of course, like budget options. So if you want to make video content, consider budget options for how you can begin your journey, what you can pick up. If all you have right now is a smartphone, you don't have all the cameras, you don't have all the lights, you don't have all the setups, you don't have like a microphone or anything, that's fine. But if you have a smartphone, great, get at it. And if you want to live stream, as long as you have, again, at least a smartphone, you can begin. And beyond that, say you want to be a painter. When it comes to painting, access to the right equipment is, again, so essential, but you don't need to have access to all of the brushes right now and all of the easels and all of palettes. All you need is a paintbrush, and you can go to a local store, probably like we have dollar stores and things in the area, and you can pick up some stuff to start with, and that's good enough. As long as you have like some paper and some things, what matters is the dry. Thank you so much for all the emotes over on Twitch. It's about our drive. So when it comes to improving our art, obviously I've been talking about this now for a while, but access to the right equipment is really imperative. But you have to consider that access to that equipment is going to be a process, and you're going to be constantly getting new things, maybe over months, over years, and that's okay. If you want to be a writer, if all you have is a notebook and a pencil, congratulations, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, which is actually writing. You don't need to worry about having the best laptop or a typewriter. Some people still write on typewriters. That's fine. You don't have to worry about having that. You don't need the best computer. You don't need to have like the whole office suite of technology. You don't need to be doing it in like Google Doc or on some electronic medium. And you don't even need accounts on all the various different sites where you can self-publish. You don't even need an agent when you begin. What you need to do is be picking up the basics, the essentials of what you need to start that. So if you want to write, paper, pencil, or pen, or something like that, and just start writing, because you need to actually focus on getting things done. And that's where this all comes back to. So access to the right equipment is really necessary, but it's a long process, and that's how you need to view it. Nothing happens overnight. The more important thing to do is to begin creating, to begin working, to begin doing the things that you're aiming to do. This coffee is really nice right now. You all deserve an extra cuppa, so go get one today. Coffee, tea, whatever it may be. You deserve an extra cuppa. Just as another thing, before we continue on, if you do have a slightly larger budget, but you still can't afford to get all the tech you might need to do what you want to do, or if you're a musician and you want to record, but you obviously can't set up your own recording stuff because maybe that's out of your budget, don't forget you can rent. There are rental services for lots of equipment, and there's of course studios that you can rent. So if you're a photographer and you can't have an actual studio of your own just yet, you can rent a studio if you have a little bit larger budget. If you're a musician and you want to record your tracks, you can rent a studio, record your tracks with their equipment. There's a lot of ways to increase your production quality without having to have like a high production budget. You want to do film, you can rent cameras if you have a slightly larger budget, but not enough to like buy your own cameras and get all that. So these are just options, things to consider. Don't be afraid when you hit that mid-tier to hire people or hire services to help you. So you want to live stream, and maybe you've already been live streaming for 5-6 months, and you're starting to build an audience, and you have more of a mid-tier budget, something above the beginning, and you already have a bunch of your equipment set up, and you want to improve your show. Consider hiring a remote producer, because they can take care of a lot of the back end work, which allows you to focus on producing your show and your content. We actually have an amazing remote producer right now in chat through Fox Talks. So, there's some great remote producers out there, and she's one of them. But that's just my little conversation today. Improving your art, there's always the technical skills, there's always the education, and there's always the need for equipment or things to do it with. But there are ways around having to go all in right from the start. Before I get going today, though, I would like to talk about the art of feeling. It is my abstract art workshop. You can sign up through Eventbrite, and I really encourage you, go ahead, sign up. The Art of Feeling Abstract Expression Art Workshop. It's actually, we're going to be having one this Saturday, April 16th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's a whole lot of fun. We go through concepts of putting your feelings and your thoughts into a piece of work, putting our intangible emotions into paint, translating how we feel into an image. It's a whole lot of fun. And not to circle back too much, you don't need to have all the equipment. In fact, as long as you have something to paint with, something to paint on, and some paint, you're good to go. I do have a recommended list of tools, of supplies on the event listing, and there's a link there so you can go to my Amazon storefront to get budget options, so that if you want to pick some stuff up, this is your first time painting, and you just want to pick some things up, you can pick those up. But as long as you have some brushes, some paint, some paper, you're good to go. It's open to all levels of experience. So if you've been painting for years, or you just considered picking up a paintbrush now, completely welcome, and you're still going to get a whole lot out of this. There's one every third Saturday of the month through the rest of this year. So sign up to as many as you'd like, as few as you'd like. And of course, you can leave your camera and your microphone off if you want to just stay back and follow along and do the painting, but you don't necessarily want to do the interaction with everyone. That's fine. Don't have to worry about it. All right. Well, this has been a wonderful morning. Once I leave here, I'm going to need this umbrella again. We got the rains. Get yourself an extra cuppa if you haven't already. You deserve one. And I'd like to say thank you, everyone, for being here. Take care. Be excellent. I'm going to get out of here, though. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye, everybody.